It's Robin, certified nutrition specialist and the creator of Necessary Nutrition Vitamin D. And today I'm going to share with you 6 steps to keep your weight down in midlife. And as we get older, we're in midlife, so 40s and beyond, sometimes it's harder to keep our weight in check. So let me share with you 6 steps to do that. Number 1 is to actually have a stress release strategy, a way that on a daily we are focusing on woosah. Because when our bodies is stressed, it creates chemical imbalances in our body, and so that can actually lead to holding on to pounds, and amongst other things, and we need it. And I'm learning that firsthand. So number 1 is stress release routine strategy. Number 2 is to, at some point, get your hormones checked. Get your hormones checked by not just your regular primary physician. I recommend getting the Dutch test. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Dutch test, which, by the way, I'm getting that soon, but that gives you a whole read of all of your hormones, your female hormones, and all the things that are going on in the background. Because when our hormones are off kilter, that can stop us from releasing pounds and help us pack on pounds we don't want, and pounds around the middle section and all that stuff. So we want to be empowered to have that. So it's called the Dutch test. And if you need a recommendation of who to get the Dutch test from, I have some recommendations for you. And number 3, am I on number 3? I get off with my numbers. I think it's number 3. All right. This is about food. Managing your protein and your carbohydrates. When you're eating, especially a carbohydrate, when you're eating pasta, oatmeal, piece of bread, carbs, even fruit, you want to combine that with a protein source and or a good fat. But let's talk protein. So if you're having rice, then having it with some tofu or chicken or egg. So combining your protein. If you're having a smoothie, putting protein powder in it. So being able to marry those or combine those, because the protein slows down the effects of what the carbs do. So if we're having carbs and it's off balance, it can turn into sugar, store as fat. It can throw off our blood sugar. All kinds of things happen when we are not marrying or having that protein carbohydrate going on. And then also with the carbohydrates, actually being mindful of the amount that we're eating. So I'm recommending no more than a cup or a piece or a serving with that meal, because oftentimes we're piling on the carbohydrates, we're not having adequate protein, and then that's also where the weight comes on or piles on. And that's a big deal. That before I learned how to eat, I was overweight, pre-diabetic, and that was a game changer to me. I mean, really, really, really game changer. Am I on number 4? Number 4 is to flood your body with produce. Come on now. Let food be our medicine. That is where your medicine is. And when your body has what it needs nutritionally, it's able to respond to things better. It's able to respond to stress better, and just all the things that are coming at us in our bodies. When we have that nutrient density going on, then we are better overall. So number, 4 is to flood your body with produce. And if you've been listening to me for a while, then you know that I take encapsulated produce daily to help bridge the gap. So I eat a lot of produce, I grow produce, and I take it. And that is one of my health insurance, I think, plan, I guess, is to do that. And then number 5 is to supplement properly. I'm not going to go into this, but oftentimes we're just taking a whole lot of things that are not effective. We're not sure why we're taking it. We're taking it because somebody told us to, or because the hype is out there about it. And oftentimes we're taking things we don't even need, honestly. But I am going to put in a plug, you know that, for vitamin D, because it's foundational. easy deficiency to have, easy one not to have. And if you are not on blood thinners, then I'm recommending it with K2, specifically Necessary Nutrition's vitamin D. But it really is foundational. We are not in the sun a lot. If you have darker skin, it impedes our body's ability to absorb it. I mean, or to produce it. It's a thing. But we have a bag of supplements. We're taking this and multivitamins and all these things. And I would say you might not need all those things. But that's for another conversation. And number 6, I think it's 6, is weight-bearing exercises. Let me tell you. I think a lot of times I don't know. Maybe you like cardio. Maybe someone else listening likes weight-bearing exercises. But when we get into midlife, we need the weight-bearing exercises because it helps us with our muscle mass. It helps us with our bone strength. It helps us with our metabolism. It helps us with all the stuff that we need help with as we are aging. Yes. So did I say the 6? Do I need to repeat them? No, I'm not going to repeat them. You can go back and listen to this video again and share it with other people that are in midlife that you care about. And then lastly, so every month we do what's called the shred. And the shred, it encompasses all of what I mentioned, except we don't do hormone testing in the shred. So the shred is really about flooding your body with what it needs and removing the habits and the food that it doesn't need. But I would tell you, I've been shredding for 7 years and my weight has stayed the same. Now, when I say the same, meaning I've gained some pounds, but because I shred, it comes right back off. And I'm almost 50. So that is the 6 steps to keep your weight down in midlife. And ask me any questions that you may have. Questions, comments, anything that comes up for you. But play this video again. I definitely have some resources in these spaces. If you need a recommendation for a Dutch test, again, let me know. It's not something I do. It's not something that I have any... I don't sell it. I don't do it, but we know people that do. So I will tell you about that because it can be really helpful. And then if you're interested in doing the shred with us, let me know and we'll make sure you get all the information. The shred is cool. It's easy. It's doable. It's cost effective. It's if you're not doing it, you're missing out. All right. Peace and blessings. I always got to figure out how to turn this video off. All right. Take care. This is Robin, certified nutrition specialist. Eat well, think well, and be well. Peace.